Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Chapter 4. Combustion and Flame. Knowledge acquisition. Combustion is a chemical process in which burning of substances takes place in the presence of air or oxygen so as to produce heat and light or only heat. A combustible substance that produces heat and light on burning is called a fuel. Flame is generated by those combustible substances which undergo vaporization on heating. Discussion. Jack. Combustion, burning, oh ho, what's this? Susie. Jack, these are just different names of the same thing. Jack. You mean I can say that candle is showing combustion? I don't need to say candle is burning. Susie. Nope, it's like candle catches fire, it is burning. Fire requires the presence of oxygen and it produces heat, and light in turn is combustion. Jack. Yes, I got it and wants to learn more about flames, fuel, so more so by my beautiful chapter is waiting for me. Combustion. Definition. Combustion is a chemical process in which burning of some substance takes place in the presence of air or oxygen so as to produce heat and light or only heat. On the basis of the ability of substances to undergo combustion, they can be of following two types. 1. Combustible substances. Substances that can burn easily in the presence of air or oxygen to release heat and light energy are called combustible substances. For example, wood, coal, paper, petrol, kerosene, clothes, LPG, etc. 2. Non-combustible substances. Substances that cannot burn in the presence of air to release heat and light energy are called non-combustible substances. For example, mud, stone, glass, cement, stainless steel, marble, etc. Conditions necessary for combustion. Several parameters are required to be present for combustion to take place. They include: A. Combustible substance. A substance that can burn in presence of air or oxygen is known as combustible substance. B. Air or oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, combustion is not supported, as it is often seen in the case of fire that we try to cut the oxygen supply to stop it. In the above picture, blanket is used so that oxygen or air supply can be cut off, and thus fire is extinguished. C. Ignition temperature. The minimum temperature required for a substance to catch fire under normal atmospheric conditions is called ignition temperature of the substance. Substances with low ignition temperature are called inflammable substances, for example, petrol, ether, paper, benzene, etc. Substances with high ignition temperature need to be heated first for their burning because their ignition temperature is attained by heating. For example, burning of a log of wood or wick of a candle. Products of combustion. If the amount of oxygen available is sufficient, then carbon dioxide, water and energy are produced. And this type of combustion is called complete combustion. For example, if the amount of oxygen available is insufficient, then the products obtained include carbon monoxide, water and energy. And this type of combustion is called incomplete combustion. Unburnt carbon particles are released as soot during combustion. Types of combustion. A. Rapid combustion. 1. It takes place at a very fast speed. 2. It is accompanied by the release of large amount of heat and light energy. 3. It results in fire usually. 4. It is used in exploding crackers and in burning a stove. B. Slow combustion. 1. It takes place at a slow speed. 2. It is accompanied by the release of very little amount of heat and light energy, or light energy is not even released. 3. Examples of slow combustion include oxidation of food or cellular respiration. Critical thinking. White phosphorus has very ignition temperature, so it is always stored in water. In rocket engine, hydrogen is a combustible substance and the reaction supported is as follows. 2H2 hydrogen plus O2 oxygen. 2H2O water plus energy. C. Spontaneous combustion. 1. It is that type of combustion in which a substance catches fire without even being ignited. 2. This kind of combustion is characteristic of those inflammable substances whose ignition temperature is just below the room temperature. 3. Example is burning of white phosphorus when it is exposed to air, as its ignition temperature is 35 degrees Celsius, which can be the room temperature on normal hot day. Critical thinking. A fire extinguisher is a device which is used to extinguish small fires. Fire extinguishers are fitted in big malls, colleges and hospitals, etc. Designing of the extinguisher. Fire extinguisher is metallic cylinder with a plunger at its bottom. Just above the plunger is fitted a test tube filled with concentrated sulfuric acid. This tube is protected by a wire gauze cage in turn. Rest portion of the cylinder is filled with sodium bicarbonate solution and its top is scaled by wax coil. Working. Fire. Plunger hits up the tube, as a result of which acid escapes out to react with sodium bicarbonate. 2NaHCO2 plus H2SO4. Na2SO4 plus 2H2O plus 2CO2. CO2 produced. It is directed towards the fire and CO2 extinguishes the fire. Fuel. Definition. Any combustible substance that produces heat and light energy on burning is called a fuel. Examples include natural gas, biogas, kerosene, LPG, charcoal, cow dung, etc. Characteristics of a good fuel. A substance is a good fuel if it is cheap, it is easily available, it is easy to store, it is of high calorific value, it shows complete combustion without leaving any residue behind. 6. Its ignition temperature is low but above the normal room temperature. 7. Its rate of burning is moderate. Gaseous fuel is considered to fulfill maximum of above mentioned criteria, so it is considered as the best fuel. Calorific value. Calorific value decides the efficiency of a fuel. Amount of heat released by complete combustion of 1 kg of a fuel is called its calorific value. Calorific value is expressed as kJ/kg, kilojoule/kilogram. Classification of fuels. 1. On the basis of their physical state, fuels can be 1. Solid fuel. Fuel in solid state at room temperature is solid fuel. For examples, wood, coal, coke, animal dung, etc. 2. Liquid fuel. Fuel in liquid state at room temperature is known as liquid fuel. For example, LPG, diesel, kerosene, spirit, etc. 3. Gaseous fuel. Fuel in gaseous state at room temperature is known as gaseous fuel. For example, biogas, water gas, natural gas. 2. On the basis of their source of origin, fuels can be of two types. 1. Natural fuels. Fuels that are present in nature. They are also called primary fuels. For example, wood, coal, crop residue, biogas, animal dung, etc. Critical thinking. Oysters can change between being female or male. 2. Processed fuels. Fuels that are obtained from natural fuels are called processed fuels. These are also called secondary fuels. Examples are charcoal, coke, petrol, diesel, etc. Fuel as a pollutant. Fuel burning can be really hazardous because of the following. A. Suspended particulate matter. Ash and unburnt carbon particles released during fossil fuel burning form suspended particulate matter or SPM. SPM effects: reduces visibility, spoils clothes, causes respiratory diseases, forms smog, smoke plus fog. B. Greenhouse effect. Increased production of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide results in increase of temperature of Earth. This effect is called greenhouse effect. Effects of increase in greenhouse gases. It results in melting of polar ice caps, which, in turn, results in flooding of coastal regions. C. Carbon monoxide. Incomplete combustion adds carbon monoxide to the atmosphere. It is a highly poisonous gas. D. Acid rain. Nitrogen and sulfur resulting due to incomplete combustion add up in the atmosphere and react with oxygen to form nitrogen and sulfur dioxides, which, in turn, dissolve in rain water to form acid rain. Effects of acid rain. It causes harm to vegetation and animals. It damages the buildings. Flames. Flame is generated by those combustible substances which vaporize on heating, for example, candle wick. Coal or charcoal do not generate a flame. Suzy. Because coal or charcoal doesn't vaporize, are only supporter of combustion. That is, oxygen is gaseous. So, no flame is generated, only a glow. Jack. Okay. I got now. The combustible substance and supporter of combustion both must be in gaseous state for flame to rise. Suzy. Yes. Flame of candle. Candle consists of wax plus wick. Natural wax produced in the beehive. The wax serves as a fuel. It is usually a hydrocarbon made from crude oil. The wick is made of a material that absorbs liquids such as water or molten wax. Wax can be beeswax, soya, produced form of soybean oil, plant wax, wax secreted by plants, or paraffin plus plastic can be used. Hydrocarbons made from crude oil. Wax, solid form, liquid wax, vaporized wax plus supporter of combustion. O2, flame generated. Zone of a candle flame. Candle flame consists of 3 zones. A. Outer zone. B. Middle zone. C. Innermost zone. A. Outer zone. Faintly visible zone. Hottest zone. Zone of complete combustion. Non-luminous zone. Blue-colored zone. B. Middle zone. Luminous zone. Zone of incomplete combustion. It is moderately hot. Unburnt carbon particles and carbon monoxide are left behind due to incomplete combustion. Unburnt carbon particles impart yellow color to the flame. Black soot is left on the objects that come in contact with this zone. C. Innermost zone. Made up of wax vapors only. No combustion in this zone due to absence of oxygen. So, it is a zone of no combustion. It is a dark zone present around the wick of a candle. Critical thinking. Food is fuel for the body, During cellular respiration, the glucose obtained from food is burnt to form carbon dioxide and water, and energy is given out. Continuous review. Combustion requires the presence of combustible substances plus ignition temperature plus supporter of combustion. Complete combustion generates carbon dioxide, water and energy, whereas incomplete combustion produces carbon monoxide, water and energy. Combustion can be slow, rapid or spontaneous. Fuel is the combustible substance that produces heat and light on burning. Flame is produced when the combustible substance vaporizes along with gaseous supporter of combustion.
Like, share and subscribe.